There he is.
Hey, right on time, right?
About a minute late.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, yeah?
Nothing's ever good enough for the big Slambino over here.
No, nothing.
Jesus. No pleasing this guy. So what's going on, pal?
No.
What's going on? Did you
I'm actually, I'm sitting in my patio here at the Slambino Ranch,
uh-huh. Rancho
eating a
Slambino?
Rancho Slambino, eating a bowl of chili. I made chili for the first time in my life. Keto chili.
That's a
No
that's
beans.
that's a very ranch thing. Chili.
It is, right?
Mm.
Very ranch thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not ranch dressing. Um
yeah.
the other ranch. So, did you we had a little conversation about an hour and a half ago. Did you happen to remember any of the things you planned to
Yes.
talk about, or did they
Well,
all just go into the circular file in your brain?
well, I had to make a phone. I had to phone a friend. I
Uh-huh.
had, I had, I had to reach out to a friend of the show, Paula, and I said, Paula, what was I supposed to talk about?
Mm,
And then she reminded me,
mm.
and I said, huh. She's like, you need me. I was like, man, this is awful.
I mean, you need a pad and pencil. I don't know if you.
I need you know what I need? I need a handler to write everything down for me.
Jesus, you're so lazy. Such a
Yeah,
such a lazy fuck. So,
yeah.
because we
So
do we regardless of what you I was prepared because if you didn't have whatever you wanted to talk about, I was still kind of keeping track of what we still needed to talk about. Plus, there's some notes of mine. So, but let's go with your stuff before you forget it again.
what is what my stuff is one thing actually. I thought it
Okay.
was two. It's not.
Yeah. All right. We'll go with that.
It's I wanted to tell you I had some really weird dreams last night.
Oh no! Come on.
Yeah, there's a
Was
reason though.
okay.
Uh, Listen,
Hey, I'm
I
along for
know.
the ride
Hold on.
here. I'm along for the ride.
Let me say something first.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I, somebody told me they could hear the noises in the background.
Uh huh.
That you were right, and I said no. He's wrong. He's wrong. All right, do this. I'm eating my chili while I talk to you because it's way too good not to.
Right.
Anyway,
Well, that's not outside distraction. That's just you
right.
being disrespectful to the audience. But go ahead.
Anyway, here's the deal. I took melatonin last night for the first time in 15 years.
What sparked that?
I am having trouble sleeping, so I said, let
Mm.
me try this. Let me try the melatonin. I take two. They're gummies, like I'm a 4-year-old child,
Right.
and I take the two.
You sure that's all that
And
was in them?
well, like an hour after taking them, I am exhausted. Like I'm like, whew. So I fall asleep. Now I know why I didn't take melatonin anymore. I had the craziest fucking dreams. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning with like
Oh my god. He's already laughing. Oh, we're fucked. Here we
it's because
go
what I
again.
was gonna
This,
say. I was no,
this,
I was gonna say something, and it made me. When I started to think about my next sentence, I thought two things: one, I probably shouldn't say this, and two, I'm gonna say it, and then
well,
it made me laugh.
and three, now you have to say it.
I woke up this morning after having dreams. I had these sex
Oh
dreams,
my god.
but then,
What are we doing
but
here?
then, wait.
What's
But
causing this?
then that would like go away, and then the next dream would have like snakes, and then the next dream would have clowns, but then it would cycle back to the sex dreams. None of them were intertwined or together. They were three separate dreams, but it kept like reoccurring in that pattern. And then I woke up and I was like, am I turned on? And is it the snakes or is it the clowns or was it the sex? I wasn't even sure what happened. Is that not ridiculous?
I mean, it's very strange.
Like 1 second I'm like I'm going, I'm doing it. The next second I'm being chased by snakes.
Anyone we
And then
know? Anyone we know?
and then and the funny thing is I couldn't even tell who the people were.
Oh my
Like
god.
it was, and then I'm being chased by snakes, and then next thing I know there's a clown there, and I'm like, well, who's this clown? And then I don't like clowns, so I'm like, well, what the fuck? And next thing I know I'm right back to making business happen.
Wait, you don't like clowns either? Like
No,
I'm not saying either for me, but
I got a clown story too.
oh well, might have to transition into that since this story sounds over already.
I don't. If you're listen, if there's a dream expert out there, please explain to me what my dream means. Like, I'm confused.
I'm
I
gonna
woke up confused this morning.
I'm gonna go a little against the grain here and say that wasn't like a must tell story. Like uh,
It's more of I
I
want to know
thought
if anybody can help me out
yeah.
here.
Oh, okay. It's a cry for help.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was wondering if there was a punchline to it, like
No, does anybody else have these problems when they take melatonin? Because if that's the case, I mean,
Well, did you have that?
I don't know.
Did you have that problem when you used to take it?
I did. That's why I stopped taking it.
Oh well, okay.
Mm,
Oh my God, you're
I
scraping
don't
the
know.
bowl. Now you're being ridiculous.
If you could taste this fucking chili, you'd be scraping the bowl too, my friend.
Oh, I'd be scraping the toilet bowl from your chili.
I,
To be
listen,
honest with
I also ate every single cookie that Frank sent me from San Francisco last night. Keto biscotti. There was maybe 12 in there.
you. Yeah.
There's 0 in there, and I ate them all within less than 24 hours.
Somehow I don't think like these are within the parameters of the diet. Call me crazy.
Probably not.
But you eat that much of anything, it's probably not. You're probably not.
Oh, there's no way.
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, you're ridiculous. So
But let me tell you the clown story.
yeah, please.
I was 5 years old, and my parents took me to a birthday party across the street in New York. Well, they had a clown, right?
I mean, naturally.
I didn't like the clown. I ran home across the street and locked my parents out of the house. And for hours, they could not get me to open the door. They have a picture, which I think my parents still have it, of me in the window, like looking on the couch, looking out the window at them as they were trying to get me to open the door. And I was like, nope, I ain't coming out.
God.
They got a clown across the street.
They must have been so pissed.
Right. And then eventually the clown left, so I let them back in.
I was like, for a second, I was like, how do they have a picture? Like there were no cell phones back then, but I guess
No, like a
they took like a camera to
Like
a birthday
printed.
party. Yeah.
right.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's
Old
fun.
school.
Old,
you know?
really old school.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, here we go.
What else you got? That's all I got. I'm scraping the bowl. This is, I mean,
Well,
like,
you told me that you might want to tell the story about the time you pissed your pants.
oh, that was the other story. That's right.
God, what would you do? Listen, no, honestly, what would you do without me? This podcast would be like your
Between you and
lives,
Paula, I'd have no
lost.
stories.
Yeah, this you're embarrassing yourself. So okay, so
You want me
apparently,
to tell that story, huh?
I mean, we could go on to one of the other ones we owe the audience.
It's not. I mean, it's an okay story, but it's embarrassing.
Yeah, well, I'm all for that.
Well, all right. Here's the story.
Yeah.
Multiple levels.
It's like an onion. It's got layers.
Well, I was living in North Carolina,
Yeah.
and I just got this job. I was working for Steinmart. I was a district loss prevention manager.
Mm-hmm.
Just got promoted. It's my first week on the job. I've never met my boss before, and I'm picking him up from the airport. Oh, you're gonna kill me here. You ready for this? I have to take Nick to basketball practice, so we're gonna do this on the road.
Jesus Christ. What a disaster.
I'll tell him to shut up and his stupid friends.
I mean, we could put a pin in it and you could call me.
No.
Okay.
This makes it more interesting. I mean,
Maybe.
I have four teenagers in the car that ate me out of house and fucking home today.
And you're going to tell your piss your pants story.
Right. Well,
Right.
I'm telling it right now.
Yeah.
As I gather my shit. So, I've never met my boss before. I just got the job. Just got promoted. First time meeting this guy. I got to pick him up at the airport. But this asshole doesn't book it at the airport where I live. He books it 2 hours away in a town that I don't even cover. And he can't change the flight. So I have to drive 2 hours to pick this asshole up, to drive 2 hours back to Charlotte and bring him to his hotel so we can visit stores the next day, right?
Wait, why do you have to be his ride? Couldn't he just rent a...
He didn't want to rent a car.
Oh, my
So-
God.
Oh, you'll see why. There's more to this story. Anyway, I get him. I drive 2 fucking hours. I start to drive. Well, about halfway in the trip, I gotta pee. I've never driven this part of North Carolina before, and I got to go. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I don't know what to do. There's nowhere to stop. You can't stop on the road's here. You can't stop on the side of the road. There's no way. So I'm driving, and I'm like, I got to go. I come up to a sign. This is why I'll never forget this. It was the town of Welcome, North Carolina. That was the name of the town, Welcome. And it says AutoZone this way. I'm like, oh, fuck. Good, I'll pee at the AutoZone. I'm driving. Where the fuck is this AutoZone? I don't see an AutoZone. Now I'm at the point where I'm clenching the ass and I'm fucking playing with myself because I'm trying to hold the pee in. But now it's to the point where the pee is turning into a shit because like time has run out. I probably got some sort of septic, I don't know, disease now because I'm holding my pee and I got a probably urinary tract infection. I don't know.
Your situation becomes like a loaded potato. It's a little of everything in there. All right.
Right. So now I come up and I see it. There it is. But the time's running out. We're running out of time here. I see the AutoZone. I speed in. I take the seatbelt off preemptively. Seatbelt's off. Like if I crash, I'm dying at this point. I took it off as I saw it. I speed in. I get it. And now I get out of the car and I can't even walk because I got the, like I'm Jimmy legging it here. I got to go. So it's funny. I can picture what I look like. I look like a baby giraffe that was just born. That's what I look like.
You just don't have your baby foal legs under you. Your baby deer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I get out and I'm wobbling into the store and I'm like, I look like the guy from Men in Black. You ever remember the movie?
Yes.
The guy's walking and he's like
Vincent D'Onofrio, where he was like a cockroach in a human suit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I'm walking in there, like, and I'm like, you go to the bathroom? And the lady's like, yeah, it's to the back. Well, I take 2 more steps and that was the end of it.
Oh my God.
I literally just pissed my pants.
Oh my God.
Like the bathroom, it was like it knew the bathroom was there and he was like, well, fuck it, we're close, it's just going. Like there was just I couldn't even hold it anymore. The holding function, it stopped working.
I've never hit that spot. So wait a minute.
Oh, I hit it.
Cuz like I've been like where I've got to like take a shit and it's like it's do or die and you by the time, no matter where you are, how you're doing it, it always seems like you get on that toilet and it's like your body seems like it didn't have another second to spare. It's like when you get near the hole, your butt gets.
But I didn't have that.
Your butt gets.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm saying your butt gets target lock, and there's no like changing your mind. But I've never had that where I had to pee.
I held it for 45 minutes.
That's crazy.
So I just pissed my pants. I was wearing black slacks. So now, I get to the bathroom.
People are going to want to know this too. So what do you do when you start peeing? Are you just peeing and still walking, or do you just sort of like, fuck it, and you stand there and pee? Too late now.
I was walking like I had like a peg leg, and I'm like, it's like, and I'm trying to stop the pee. It's not stopping. Like, it's just, I'm like, well, fuck it. At this point, I'm just pissing it's down my leg.
You would think if you
peg leg,
if you relieve some of the pressure, maybe you could stop it. But apparently, once it starts,
I couldn't stop. Yeah. It was like my blood. I couldn't hold it. So I get to the bathroom. It's a single bathroom. So I lock the door.
Oh my God!
I take my pants off. I take my underwear. Throw my underwear away.
Right. That's a pro move. That's a pro move right there. You throw the underwear out.
I get some paper towels. Thank God they had some thick ones. I wash myself down with the soap and water, so I'm clean. And I put my pants on thank God they had a hand dryer. And I dried my pants for 15 minutes like that.
Now, did you dry piss pants or did you wash them in the sink?
I washed them.
Okay.
And then I dried them. I put them back on.
Yeah.
And I drove to a Walmart. I saw a Walmart. I bought some spray. I sprayed them down. And I picked this guy up.
You would have been smarter buying another pair of pants at Walmart.
Let me tell you something. I went into the Walmart and he calls me. And he's like irate because he's at the airport waiting for me. So now I'm nervous because it's my first time with him.
Right.
Like, he's a big boss. So I just was like didn't have. I got the deodorant spray, and I'm like, well, shit. So I just ran. I ran out to the. I bought it. I ran out to the car, and I was like, fuck. I get to the airport. I pick him up. Now I got 2 hours in the car. The car smells like piss. I obviously didn't do a good job cleaning my pants. So I drop him off at his hotel, and he's like, "We'll meet in the morning at 8 a.m." Cool. We'll meet in the morning at 8 a.m.
No, like observational. God, your car smells like piss. Or no.
We didn't speak for 2 fucking hours.
Oh my
That's
God.
the kind of person he was.
Wow.
Now, now you're gonna hear the reason why, right? Now I got to take these asshole teenagers with me. So, where are you going?
He's waiting for his mom.
This kid's waiting for. What do you need to wait?
No idea what mom was.
You have no idea where your mom's at? Oh, here we go.
Tell him I know
Anyway.
where his mom's at.
No, but you know what? I think about messing with these kids. They'll go home and tell their parents I made a joke and somebody's offended or something. There's dog hair all in the back of the car. Anyway, so I'm doing a podcast, so can you guys shut up for a minute? Anyway, so I picked this guy up from the airport, and we drive 2 hours. He doesn't say a word to me. Like, it was really awkward. I'd never met him before, so, you know, it was just, you think that, like, he's my boss, you know, you've never met him before, you think there'd be, like, some sort of...
Like polite small talk, a little, like, get to know you,
right.
You know, something.
Right.
2 hours.
No, 2 hours.
That's fucking that's weird. That's just weird.
2 hours, and I think a couple things I said, because I was uncomfortable, and I was like, oh, do you have kids? And he just said, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And then the second thing I asked him was, are you hungry? Because it was like lunchtime.
Right.
And he said, no, I'm good. I'll eat when I get to the hotel. I'm dying because I'm like, I got to eat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know me. I got to eat. So anyway, he's like, no. So I drop him off at his hotel, and he says, meet me at 8 o'clock. Pick me up at 8 o'clock in the morning. He's staying at the Hilton. I can remember the Hilton Garden Inn in Pineville, North Carolina, across the street from the mall. And my office was in the parking lot. So I was going to pick him up. We were going to go right there, literally in the parking lot, to the first store, and then we were going to hit all the stores. And then he wasn't going home for 2 days, so he was going to be there another day, right?
Right.
So I pull in. The turn of this story, nobody listening is going to expect this to happen. I go to pick him up, and he's not down there. 8 o'clock. I'm calling and calling, nothing. He's not answering. I'm leaving voicemails, sending text messages. We're supposed to meet somebody else too. So I call the other guy, and I say, the other guy's name was EL. That was his name. I never forget that either because he was so, like, country. And I said, EL, this guy ain't answering his phone. I don't know what's going on. Like, what do I do? And he's like, well, why don't you call the hotel and see if they can call his room?
Right.
I was like, oh, good idea. So I call, nothing. Not answering. Okay. So
I have
literally
1,000 things that are racing through my head that this could be. I'm hoping it's one of them.
You're never going to guess it.
I hope it's one of them.
You're never going to guess this. So an hour goes by. 1 whole hour.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in the parking lot. I don't even know what to do because it's my second day of work, and it's my it's like I don't know this guy. Like, I don't know anything. Like, I don't even know anybody.
Did you
at all? Like,
did you check, like, if the store is like right in that lot? Did you go to the store at all or call the
because
store?
EL was at the store.
Oh, okay.
He's waiting for us.
Gotcha.
And he's like, no. I literally called and said, is he there? And he said, because he could have walked there. He said no. So I'm like, so all of a sudden my phone rings. I was like, oh, hey. He's like, hey. I was like, and he was like flustered. And I'm like, oh, you must have overslept. He said, hey, man, I'll be right down. I'm really sorry. I overslept. Oh, okay, you overslept. Cool. No big deal.
Right,
He said, I'll be down in a minute.
but at least now you're like, whew, he fucked up now too. I was a little late picking him up.
Right, right,
Yeah, it's even Steven now, right?
right. Well, he comes down and he gets in the car,
Hmm.
doesn't say a word, and I look over, like, hey, morning, and his chin is split open like a vagina. Like it's wide open, and it's just like I can see like I can see into his like face.
Right,
I'm
like muscle and whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right. So I literally, this is exactly how it went. I literally turned, looked at him, and instead of saying good morning, I went, "Holy shit!" And he's like, "What?" I go, "Man, your chin, it's split open." He's like, "What?" And now I'm thinking, how does he not know? I mean, there's no blood pouring out. It's literally just wide open.
Yeah, but don't you like look in the mirror as you're headed out after getting dressed or whatever, or
Oh, and
showering?
he's dressed like sport coat, like long sleeve, but like he's dressed.
Right. Usually you do that in front of a mirror.
Right. And he goes, "Oh, it's not that bad." And I said, "Listen, man, I don't know you, and I'm not trying to be crazy, but I said, your chin is, I can see inside of you, like it's wide open." And he opens up the mirror and he looks and he's like, still downplaying it. "Nah, it's all right, it's all right." And he breaks out a tissue, but like an actual tissue. You know how thin those are.
Yeah.
And he's like patting it down, and I'm like, "Nah, man, you got to go to the hospital." And he's like, "No, no, no, let's go to the store." I said, "We can't show up to the store like this." And he's like, "Why not?" I said, "It's wide open."
It's
Like,
a horror
and he's like,
show. It
he's like disoriented. It's the strangest fucking thing. Like he's in a whole nother world.
is it bleeding or is it dry and just open?
It's not bleeding anymore.
Okay.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't even know what to do. Like I'm literally panicking like inside, but I'm acting calm on the outside.
Right.
Well, I really wasn't acting calm. I was like I was freaking out, whatever. But anyway, he's like maybe we should go to the hospital. I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm taking you to the hospital." I was like, "I gotta take you, man." Like I go, "That's stitches. Like you need stitches.
Yeah,
that's some deep shit right there."
There's no discussion
Right?
to be had about this. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now the drive to the hospital is like 10 minutes. So all I'm thinking to myself is, what the fuck happened to this guy? That his like that's not like a shaving cut.
Right.
Like his shit is split. And I just turned and said, "What happened?" Because I needed to know what happened. I don't know. And he tells me I slipped getting out of the bathtub. Okay. And he said, "I didn't think it was that bad. That's why I was late. I was trying to clean it up." And I
An
said,
hour
"Well, you did
late."
a good job because it's not bleeding." So it's like, you got it to stop bleeding at least, but a little courtesy would have been nice. So I take him to the hospital. I drop him off, and he goes, "Just come in after. Call EL and tell him we're not coming, and then or tell him we'll be late." He said, and then he said, "Now remember, this is my first time. Like literally, me and this guy like just met each other."
Right.
So he's like, "Call and tell him we'll be late." Okay, cool. So I call EL and I tell EL the story, and EL's like, "What the shit's happened?" Like he's like a redneck. And I said, "I don't know, man." I go, "Listen, I'm telling you, like the story he told me, slipping out of the bathtub, like he's lying. Like
Suspects.
I don't know what happened, but he's fucking lying." And he's like, "Well, make sure you get stitched up, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, that's a weird story. I said, "No, like, there's just something's not right here." Anyway, so I go in the hospital, and he's like there, and they're like talking to him, and they're like, "Wow, it's really bad." Like, they're like, I mean, they're not overselling it because it's true. Like, they're like, "Oh my God, we got to get you stitched up. This is horrible. Like, it's wide open."
Right.
And it's like flapping, like, you know? And, like the visual will never leave. It's like Billy farting. It'll never leave my head.
Don't bring up Billy farting.
No.
We'll
So
derail the podcast.
I want to get through the story because
Right.
it's I mean it's like multi-leveled.
So wait,
So
is it like a chunk that's like flapping when he talks and stuff?
but split like two chunks, one on the left, one
Oh
like
God.
it's literally wide open, flapping. Right? So like I'm just trying to like put it through my head, slipping out of the bathtub. Like then I thought maybe he has seizures, like right, and he had a seizure and like or something.
Yeah, but
and
he'd have
he doesn't want me to know.
he'd have like
I
a
don't
medical
know.
alert bracelet or something for that. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I hear him. He doesn't know that I'm in there, and he's on the phone with his wife,
Oh boy.
and he tells his wife a whole different fucking story. So now I'm like, wait a second. If you slip out of the bathtub, you're telling your wife, "Hey, I slipped out of the bathtub," right?
Right, like
you're gonna
that's
tell that story,
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
right? He tells his wife, "I fell off the bed and hit my chin on the dresser." Now I'm like, okay, we're like on two different planets here now. Like this story's not matching. You would not tell that story as a replacement for the others. You know what I mean? Like, why
Right.
would you not tell the same story?
yeah, that means they're both fake because like you would just if it was how do you not even use the same fake cover story? It's the same. It's literally the same thing.
It's the same thing,
I
right.
fell and hit something. Yeah, that's
Unless that's not what happened,
right. That's crazy.
right? So he's like, he's sitting there and he tells his story and he turns around and sees me. And he's like, "Oh, hey." I said, "Well, what's going on?" He said, "They're about to stitch me up." So, and I'm in there like I'm his like fucking wife standing next to him. Like, I was like, "Well, I don't really want to be in here." And they're like, "Okay, cool." So I obviously I leave, because I'm not gonna sit in there. And he comes out and he's all stitched up and he goes, "You gotta take me to the airport." And I said, "Oh, you're going home?" And he said, "I'm going home." And I said, "Okay, so we're not doing the visit." Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, I'm so confused. And he's like, I go, "Do I have to take you back to the 2-hour airport?" Because he said, "No, my flight, they wouldn't change it or this and that. I had to buy a new flight. So I'm just going home out of Charlotte. Can you just drop me off now?" And that was it. Like, he didn't even want to talk, nothing. So that airport's, 25 minutes away. I drop him off. And I remember driving home, just going to myself, what the fuck just happened? Like, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
I don't
like,
even know what happened.
Like, why is he going home? He just
Right.
like he just took care of it medically. He could continue to work or whatever. Yeah.
So I was back on thinking maybe he has a medical disorder. I don't know.
Can I make a guess?
I had a guess, and then you make your guess. I'll tell you what my guess is, and then I'll tell you I never found out what happened. And I will
Oh,
tell you why he got fired, and then I guarantee you it meshes with our guesses.
I would guess he fell off the wagon.
Right. Okay, so that's your guess, right?
Like
So I had
like
two.
like booze or drugs, and then he was like, I got to get back home, probably to go to a fucking meeting or something. You know what I mean?
So here's my two guesses. Because A, I dropped him off very early that night, and he didn't want to go get lunch or dinner with me. And I thought that was really odd because in my business, you go get lunch, you get dinner. So I said, that's kind of weird. So A, my first thing is he got hammered. He didn't have a car, but there's bars all over there. So he either got hammered or got some drugs and got fucked up.
Or
Here's
both.
my second one.
Or both.
Here's my second one.
Whoa, he
You
got
ready for
rolled
this
by a
one?
hooker's pimp.
100%. That was my
Yeah.
second thought. He got rolled by a fucking hooker's pimp. Maybe drugs were involved. I don't know.
Well, but still,
Right?
yeah.
So I never found out what happened. Well, one day he's gone. He got fired. Do you want to know what he got fired for?
I mean, we're all dying to know since we don't know the reason we don't know exactly what happened. We gotta figure it out.
This is great. He got fired for ordering porn at hotels on the company card and cutting it off the receipt and then gluing the receipt together and like literally making it a receipt that it wasn't. And he got busted for it. So now I'm like, was he fucking fucked up, jerked off, and fucking slipped or something? I don't know.
That's, that would be a hell of a jerk off session to crack your shit open like that.
I think he got rolled by a hooker's pimp.
Uh,
My opinion.
well, that makes the most sense because he sounded like he was in a rush to get home. Like he was afraid
Right.
because somebody that already kicked his ass knew where he was staying.
Right.
As opposed to like
Something.
the responsible thing of like I was originally like thinking, oh, he's being responsible. He fell off the wagon. He's heading right home,
Right.
go to some meetings, get in a good environment, et cetera, et cetera. But now that you're saying he was in such a rush to get home and bought
Right.
his own ticket and all that stuff, yeah, that second one sounds a little more
Oh,
likely.
this fucking deer! I almost hit a deer. Holy shit! You fucking cocksucker! How do you not run in front of cars? Seriously, I'm not even kidding you. I just stopped. I saw it coming out of the bushes and stopped. We were inches from each other. He looked at me like "fuck you" and kept running.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
he got to the grass and he just stopped and stared at me again, as if I was the fucking problem.
He's like, you're the asshole, not me.
That's the closest I've ever come to hitting a deer in my life.
Oh my
Ever.
God. Live,
Wow, that was close.
live on the podcast. Very,
That was I mean, it was close. He was there. If I wasn't paying attention, if I was texting and driving, he would have been smushed.
and you
Good thing
might
I'm
have
getting a
been
new car this week.
you might have been fucked.
I'm getting a new car. So.
Yeah. What are you getting?
A Chevy Malibu, but this podcast is really just evolving because now I've got another question.
Oh, okay.
We're done with the guy, right? With the split open vagina chin. We're done with that story.
Yeah, that guy. I feel
I
unless
can
you got more to
actually see the
add.
vagina. No, I just see the vagina. Oh, another fucking deer! 2 in a row! Holy shit! I swear to you, that was even closer than the first one. I had to slam on the brakes. I'm running the fucking gauntlet over here. I've never had that happen in almost 2 years of living here.
Oh,
Never
oh my
have I had
God.
that happen.
This is the best thing. We should just end it now. The only reason
Holy shit!
the only reason to keep going with this podcast is to see if you hit a deer.
Wow. That was a big one, too. The first one was little. That was a big son of a bitch.
That'll get the blood pumping, won't it?
I got fucking goosebumps.
Did you drop them off or you head home or
I dropped them off.
Oh, I was wondering why no one else was yelling in the.
Because I told them, I told them not to talk on the way there.
No, but I
gave
mean,
them
like,
the
if
shh
you-
symbol.
If they were still in the car when you were
Oh,
going to hit
no,
a deer,
no,
you
no,
know.
I'm already on the way home. I'm in a neighborhood, too. Like,
Oh my God. Well,
anyway, I'm getting a new car. Here's my dilemma. You're going to think this is ridiculous.
probably.
I got the email yesterday morning about 11 o'clock. You're getting a new car. What color do you want? There's 5 colors to choose from. Do you know that I've been debating since 11 o'clock yesterday morning of what color I want? To the point of it's making me like, I'm becoming like insane about it. I've asked CJ. I've asked a couple other people that I'm friends with. I asked my kid. I'm polling people. Nobody's giving me the same answer. I don't know what color car to get.
Here's my perspective on it. It's a company car, right?
Right,
Okay. And it's a Chevy Malibu, right?
right.
So it doesn't fucking matter what color it is. A,
But to me, it does.
it doesn't cost you any money, and B, it's perfume on a pig. It's a Chevy fucking Malibu. It doesn't matter what color it is.
Well, here's my choices.
At the end of the day,
maybe we can get
as lovely a shade of red it is, underneath, it's still a fucking Chevy Malibu.
Malibu. That's fucking horrible.
So what
Well,
are you debating?
Where's black, white, silver, gray, or burgundy? The
Well,
burgundy is a hard no because I feel like that's something like my grandpa would drive.
yeah, it's an old man color.
Right.
Do you take your car to get cleaned often?
The current car I'm driving, I've had for 2 years. It's never been through a car wash. So,
Okay.
what's your answer there?
So maybe Google which color shows dirt the least.
It's not going to be white.
Right. Well, may probably not. But I would just maybe look that up so that you don't.
I want black, but everybody I've asked is like, black has not been an option. I'm the only one who chose black. I've gotten some whites and some grays and some silvers.
Yeah, but who you asking?
I've been polling people for 2 fucking days.
Oh, see, I don't hate the black. I think you should do the black.
See, I think the black and the interior is black on black.
Yeah, it's like no one will even see you in the dark, so they won't know you're driving a Chevy Malibu.
They won't even know that it's a shitty ass car.
Oh fuck.
Well, I don't know if you're listening to this and you have a preference on the color. Shoot me a message and tell me, hey, because I've got till the 6th to make a decision.
Why don't you throw a poll up online?
I'm throwing a poll. You know what? A poll is going up.
There you go. I don't know which social media you're going to do it on, but
I don't know either.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do that on TikTok, so I'll do it on Instagram
or Facebook. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good idea, and then we can reveal the choice in 2 days. I'm very now I'm very excited. Now I'm looking forward to the podcast. I was dreading it, but now I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks.
All right.
Man, I just told the whole world. I'm literally letting all the secrets out of the bag tonight. I just told the world that I pissed my pants.
Not only did you piss your pants, but you got weird sex dreams involving snakes.
With clowns and snakes.
Clowns and snakes. and you're out there trying to run over deer. It's been a
whirlwind podcast.
It's been a mixed bag for sure. Oh. All right. I think we've covered
this
enough.
Kid's still sitting at my house.
Who?
Okay, there was 3 kids at my house. 2 play basketball with Nick. I dropped them off. I come home. This kid's sitting in my garage.
Offer him some lasagna.
It's not lasagna. It's chili, asshole. But good segue. Lasagna. I got a lasagna story tonight.
Oh, my God. Hit it.
I made a TikTok, a duet, with some restaurant in Chicago.
What do you mean some restaurant? You didn't even know the name of the restaurant?
No, I only gotta look it up.
Oh my God, you're like doing these people a disservice when I know how this story is gonna go without even you telling me that they're offering you food.
What do you mean? Do you think it's gonna end bad?
No. I'm just saying you should at least know who.
All right, it's called Capri Restauranto of Burr Ridge.
Okay.
They are located in Illinois, right?
Yes.
Burr Ridge, Illinois, on the Burr Ridge Parkway. So they've got a bunch of restaurants.
The great state of Illinois. Yes.
Right. So they got a bunch of restaurants. Well, I made a TikTok because somebody tagged me in it. I don't remember who. I apologize for that. But I made a TikTok, and it got 3,000, 4,000 views. It got 600-700 likes. Solid TikTok. Well, they reached out to me because they posted it on. They took my TikTok and they posted it on their Instagram pages and tagged me. And they were like, "Hey, thanks for posting it." Like they only had they didn't have that many followers, and they're like, "Thanks for posting it." Like, they got a good pop out of it. And I was like, "Oh, I appreciate it."
Look at you throwing your weight around there.
Right.
Attaboy.
And so they messaged me yesterday, and I made a comment, and I said, "Do you guys ship to Georgia?" Jokingly. I was joking.
Yeah, but you're hoping that's still fishing. That's still fishing. We know. Come on. Don't work a worker here.
It fucking worked. He messaged me. They're sending me lasagna. He asked for my address.
Oh, my God.
And then they invited me to I'm going to go to the restaurant when I go to Chicago. I want to go to the restaurant now. We're Illinois. I don't even know it's Chicago. I'm just saying Chicago. Burr Ridge. But Capri Restaurante, we're going, pal.
Oh, my God.
We're going to eat lasagna.
Every now and then you could give them my address. Just,
But by mistake?
You don't need to eat everything. I mean...
I'm still living off the free pizzas I got. These kids that were at my house all day playing basketball, they're like, "We're hungry." I was like, "Oh, perfect." I threw 2 pizzas in from our good friends over at the I don't know the name of it, the pizza place that gave me the free pizzas. Napolite, I don't know what it's called.
You're better host than I am. I would have told those kids, you've got smartphones. Uber Eats deliver here.
Well, yeah, I don't know. So
free lasagna. It's coming our way. And by our way, I mean your way.
Our way? Yeah.
Hey,
So
we're a team here. I mean, you're the. I guess you're the guy that gets the free meals. But yeah, good for you, pal. Uh, I don't know what to say. I'm annoyed. I'm not getting free lasagna. Uh,
I'm sorry.
it's all right, man. It's all right. You got to look out for number one. It's cool.
Well, I mean, maybe I can like cut it in half and ship you the half. It's big enough.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I don't.
Or we could just go to Illinois.
Illinois. Okay. Put it on our list for the 2001 World
Right.
Tour.
2001. Were we going back in time? You said 2001.
Oh, 2021. Sorry. Yeah.
Wait, Back to the Future?
That was a good year, 2001. I wouldn't mind going back.
I honestly I don't remember 2001.
Too many concussions.
That was pre kids wrestling days traveling.
Oh, those are the days that we should be talking
Mhm.
about. Maybe when your kids turn 18.
Yeah, I don't think we can tell those stories now.
No, definitely not. There's
I don't
too.
want my son going to school and like, oh, your dad did what with the remote control on who?
I feel like you just told that story without telling that story.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
All right, buddy. Let's save something for
All right.
Thursday.
What are we done? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm calling it.
We're calling it.
Yeah, it's been 40 minutes, man. How many more deer can you
Oh
hit?
no, I'm home now. My heart's racing. I'm glad. I'm gonna go eat more chili.
All right, man. Don't shit
All right.
yourself.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye.